This is Jason Saltzman with BuildingTheFantasy.com. Create, run, manage the best fantasy leagues possible with BuildingTheFantasy.com. Today's episode is communication options. Why does your league need a communication channel? Is it necessary for your league to have that communication channel, and what are the best options? So let's jump straight to it. If this is your first time watching, hit the subscribe button below, hit the like, comment, give your opinion, let us know some other options or what works for your league. Let's get right to it. So why does your league want an option to communicate, a channel or avenue to communicate? Well, let's go over them. Now, first off, let's say why not? Why not start there? So maybe you play in a league with your family that you live with or your neighbors, and you see each other every day and you talk about it all the time when you see each other. Maybe you don't need a separate area to be messing with this, or you do this with your coworkers and you see your coworkers 4 or 5 times a week. Maybe you don't need a separate avenue for chat. But a lot of leagues aren't that way. A lot of leagues, maybe 5 of you do work together and 5 of you are all over the country, or maybe you're all spread all over the country, or however the case. So these would be my reasons of why your league. So first off, no matter whether you live together or not together, or whatever your situation is, it does add immersion. So it adds an interactive thing besides just setting up your lineup. It adds another way to make fantasy sports feel and just take it to another level. It adds more immersion. So now you're chatting with your other owners versus just making it a solo type game. So you could also do polls. So whether it's going to be on your league website, your host, or through your chat avenue, you can do polls and have fun little things that way. You can these channels help, or communication options help owners get to know each other. So again, that immersion feeling, it helps you have more of a sense of a community. It is not for all leagues, but it does add, and there's no real reason not to try and see what happens or where it goes. So you get a feel for what owners are thinking of the league as well. So what's working, what isn't working, is there any chatter of league structure or things that need to be addressed. It adds just a little bit extra, like I said, no matter what that extra is you want. In some leagues, you don't need that extra. Some leagues, you don't know any of these people. You got on a pay league on a pay site for however X price, and you're just trying to win. You don't necessarily need that. A league that you want to have a little more community or connection or a little more, you do want these communication channels that we'll get into next. You can also trash talk this through these. You don't want to let it get to a certain extent of people getting hurt feelings or getting kind of too trashy, but it's a fun place to trash talk and have fun and be witty. And then it's also a place to hold drafts. Maybe your league has off-season drafts or a different type of startup redraft league, different type of draft coming up each offseason, or there's more than one draft in your league. Sometimes these group chats or emails are a fun way to extend a draft over a week or 2 week period in the off season versus just having it be a quick 3-hour day thing. So let's go to some of the options. So Discord and GroupMe are good chat apps for this purpose of you're not going to get bombarded with text messages, although that's another option. But instead of having a group chat, a text of 10 or 12 people where you're just getting bombarded with text messages all week, you have a separate app that it comes through, and you're going to get notified through this app, and it's not a text, and it's not as urgent or something you don't have to, you could place value upon seeing the Discord app notification or a text message notification. A lot of people don't like the mass text and it's a group text, and the group text doesn't do as good of a job as Discord or GroupMe of letting you go back or organizing it. But group text is an option. Some people do use group text. I would say if you're using group text, try GroupMe or Discord. You'll probably like it better, or another group text app or chat app that's not listed here. There's plenty. And again, there'll be more after this video is shot that in 2-3 years from now that probably don't even exist now that will gain popularity. Email is also another way. It's not as constant, or it's not as it doesn't feel as much of a bombardment as a Discord or a chat app that you're just getting onto your phone. So some people prefer email. I've found GroupMe or Discord to work the best. However, email is definitely a way that it's less. It's not going to. It's easier to go back and read the email. It just depends what's best for your league and how your league communicates. There's no law that says you can't have GroupMe and email. And when I do text message my league, it's only for more important things, such as maybe not everyone tunes into the Discord or GroupMe as much, and we have a draft coming up in 2 days. I like to maybe do a group text just to make sure everyone's really on the same page. But I try to leave group text or text messages only to more important, serious matters versus these other chat avenues. The other one that's not listed here is the message board, and a lot of leagues just leave it up to the message board, and that's completely fine. I guess these options here take the message board to the next level, but a message board is a great way to communicate, and a matter of fact, let's go to how the message boards should be used, whether or not you have any of those chat avenues. So first off, a commissioner or owners feel welcome. You should post a welcome each season, and it should have the payouts and how the structure of payments work, and just a nice welcome and good luck. Post any league related thoughts throughout the season, or any research you do, or things that make it more interesting. Again, that can be from anybody, owner, commish, things that just make it more fun. Again, add to the immersion. And this is simply by just doing a message board post. It doesn't have to be this a fancy group chat or anything like that. The message board posts are fun and fine. You should post draft outcomes on the message board. Not many leagues don't, but I think it's a good touch. Or at least there should be an email that goes out of the draft, or some way for owners to be able to keep track of the draft. Postseason, the off season should be posted. If your league is a dynasty or a keeper league, you should use the message board to post keepers or important dates. So the message board is another handy tool in communication. So again, it would be, I guess, email, group chat apps, text message, the message board here. And so those are your options of communicating and adding a little extra to your league. What to do next? Again, jump over to the owners who and how video. That will go over how you can recruit owners, who you should be looking for as an owner in your league, and what are some places that you can recruit these owners. Draft types is another good video to check out. That's going to talk about difference between snake and auction, what's right for you. Maybe you can take a look at the keeper dynasty. What's the difference, or is a redraft best for you? There's a bunch of league basic videos. If you're ready, you can jump straight over to the sports specifics. That gets more detail into scoring for certain sports. What are your options? What can you use? What systems? What roster size or settings can you use? What's the difference between OPS or slugging percentage? What's best for your league? You could also take a look at the league builds. They're excellent. They're clean. They're going to just do nothing but add to your league or help you build your league. They're really pretty, and I guarantee you get something out of them. So, this is buildingthefantasy.com. Create, run, manage the best leagues possible. I am Jason Saltzman.
Hi guys, Real Life Peter Griffin here. You know what really grinds my gears? A poor constructed fantasy league. Continue to tune in, and thanks for watching BuildingTheFantasy.com.